I was asked by Robin to review his book, and my heart sank because I have issues about spreading fear and so on. I found the book of such an excellent quality and so filled with love and inspiration, and it truly is a message of hope and optimism. And I think that I've heard Roar the other night there, and I hope you will find it as riveting and profound and worthwhile as we did. So here you are.
Thank you so much for inviting me here tonight, and for all of you coming here. It's such a great pleasure to be here in South Africa, and just to be sharing so many great things with you. As I said, I'm American. I get that out there so you know already, so you can stop throwing the darts. But yeah, I've been in South Africa for 3 months, and it's been a wonderful experience. So I've also been in Korea for 15 years. I was out there studying various things about breathing and meditation and various different arts and just about the Eastern culture altogether. So it was a fabulous experience, and I've come out here to publish a book I've written about 2012 and beyond, and to let people know also about breathing. I've been traveling around teaching people about breathing. That's very important, so we'll talk about that tonight. And yeah, about the book, and also to learn Western culture again. So I've been speaking Korean 24 hours a day for 15 years. So, and sometimes actually learning English again, learning Western culture has been a really interesting aspect for me as well. My name quickly is Roar, like the lion goes roar. So R-O-A-R. And my parents were hippies in San Francisco, and they heard that sound from a Norwegian ice skater. And they said, good name. We need to give them that name. And so that's how my name came about. Other people actually thought that because through meditation, that someone in meditation gave me the name. So I emphasized, no, just my parents. They said, this child must have that name, Roar. But in fact, in Norway, it's a common name, R-O-H-R. Roar, so it's a common name there. And I said, when I was 5 years old, I went to an Indian reservation, and the big Indian chief came with his feathers up to here. And he looked at me and said, what's your name? Roar? What? Roar! Good name. So I was blessed by the Indian chief, and I feel still blessed even now. The universe speaks on the love and pain of 2012 to 2025. So tonight the book talks about the challenges that we face before the era of love comes in. So I just want to thank all of you, because I think all of you are the protectors of the earth. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And you're here to save the earth. And that has a very great big meaning. So we're going to talk about that. Also, as we go through this, I think there's going to be an internalization process. Most of us, I'll ask you now, but most of us have a general idea about 2012. Read many books about it, or we just have an overall general feeling about it. As I travel the country, people say, I've known about this for 30 years. And it's a fundamental willpower thing. We can talk about breathing later on as well. But so most people, especially the 10% of the world, already have a very great grasp of this through their whole body. But we haven't gone through the whole process of internalizing exactly what is coming. So tonight, as we go through this, it's going to take us through the general summary of what's happened till now and what we're going to go through. And as you go through it, it's going to be a little emotional, so some stuff may come out, but as we are the 10%, we need to internalize this already. We need to be the anchors if something happens, so that we don't shake. Others can shake, but we have to be the steady ones. So that means we have to already internalize and have gone through the process. Does that make sense? Tonight, if you feel a little bit that, say, all of a sudden emotions rise up or something, it'll be that. So you'll feel some of that. I'll let you know that beforehand. Also, I just wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what do you think is going to happen in 2012? I just want to know how you feel about that, in your opinions, before I go on. This morning, I gave a small talk at the Earth Dance. You guys all know about the Earth Dance? The wild and crazy trans people. So it's slamming music everywhere, but they're there gathering to save the earth, actually. So somewhere in their mind, that's why they're there, even though they're actually just partying all day. But anyway, I went there just to talk to the kids and stuff, And they gathered, about 60 people gathered. And it was really exciting just to hear at their level, what do you think is going to happen? And it was really beautiful to say. They all felt it. Something's going to happen. A shift or change or thought. So it was really beautiful to see. So they have a thought. Everyone's sort of thinking about it. How about in your point of view? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's a shift in consciousness of people, how they are and how they get to be. So it's like a new paradigm and awareness of basically being, and probably re-remembering, and I don't know, something like that. I don't think the world's coming to an end. I think people get a chance to look at their lives and re-evaluate and see where they're at, and probably have a chance to reawaken.
Beautiful. Other thoughts? Yes.
Well, it seems the old system.
Well, amongst many other things, one thing that feels to me like it's going to change is time. The way time it has been up to now. That feels, I'm not sure what, but it feels like something around that.
It's also not happening at an individual level for people. It's happening in countries and everything. So this whole alignment or whatever change, like a spiral, it's awakening at the foot of every, like at the core of, whether it's in the US, look at what's happening, and look at Europe, look at Africa, the Middle East, everywhere. So everything's changing. It's like a revolution coming back to spinning the other way almost as well.
Exactly, it's happening everywhere. So you're feeling it through your whole body. It's happening everywhere. It's amazing.
Interconnection with all life forms, and it may only happen one heart, one mind at a time. I don't believe that it'll happen en masse until a bit later.
I have a strong feeling that the veils between dimensions are thinning. So everybody gets a chance to suddenly realize that this reality is not all there is. And I think that that brings a lot of shift in people.
So let's just, we'll begin the lecture then, and we'll go over all of this in a summary form, and bits and pieces will all come together, and we can talk about it later. So the very first point is starting from the beginning, where we are right now. And so as you all touched on right now, we're all coming to a great convergence. So we're actually on the great Titanic right now. The Titanic symbolizes the materialistic culture. So it's on it is the Titanic, and everyone's having a laughter time and having a great party. Meanwhile, we're heading right there. The difference is that actually the siren bells is ringing upstairs, so they're saying, danger, 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 warning. The iceberg is right in front of us, and people are just pretending not to pay attention. So, economic collapse is coming very, very close. You can already see it in the economic system. The currencies are spiraling down, and so the political system, well, we haven't paid attention to it for very long anyway nowadays. So that's coming to an end. We're having peak oil, we're having a shortage of water, a shortage of food. So all of these things are coming to a great convergence point. And we know that 95% of bee colonies are extinct now, and bees are responsible for pollinating the food crops. So just basically looking in your Business Week magazine, all this basic information is already out there. We don't need someone talking to universe beings to tell us this stuff. You just open your eyes and look in the newspaper, they already have a sense of it. They're already talking about the great shortages of food once the harvest season comes around, the great shortage of water, so the pollution in the water. So everything's coming to this great convergence point that's coming up right at this time right now. So we're seeing this huge, it's also the Earth schedule, it's also the universe schedule as well too. Because the universe is set for the Earth to evolve. So also as we come closer to this photon belt, and the universe schedule is getting closer there. So those two events are happening right now.